Hi guys, so today's video is going to be my top 5 horror movie remakes of all time. I know that a lot of horror movie purists really hate remakes, but in my personal opinion, sometimes the remakes can be just as good, if not better, than the original. And also, like, sometimes the things that are classified as like a remake aren't exactly a remake. They're kind of more of like just another continuation in the storyline, or just like another version of something, which I will get into. Now I lost my list. Oh, here it is. I wrote everything down on like my homework today. Yep. So I figured, hey, why not? So these are just like my top 5. I know that there are a lot of other remakes out there, and there are some that I chose for certain reasons, and then there's ones that I left out for others. I know that there are probably better remakes than what I'm talking about on this list, but these are ones that I personally just love, and I've seen a bunch, and yeah, I figured why not? These are just my favorite like remakes of some really cool original movies. So number 1, The Crazies. Did you guys even know that The Crazies originally came out in the 1970s and it was another George A. Romero movie? Okay, I love George A. Romero and I didn't even know about that until recently. So unfortunately I never even saw the original. So I'm kind of like cheating for like best remakes, but like every single thing that I've read online has been like, this is one of like the #1 best remakes ever, because everyone's like, have you heard of The Crazies? No, there's a reason. You've heard of the new one, you've never heard of the old one. The old one wasn't that good, and this just is amazing. If you guys have never seen The Crazies, it is like a new take on zombie movie, which is amazing, because of course I love zombies. Like, I'm such a huge zombie fan. Basically, like, the whole concept of The Crazies is that there's a like government plane that crashes in like a local lake in Iowa and pollutes the town's water supply with a biochemical that it was holding, and like people they don't turn into zombies, like they don't die, and they don't try to eat people. They just kind of go absolutely crazy and they try to like kill everybody. And they still have logic and reason, but they don't really like talk, or like, that's kind of what's crazy. Like, your neighbor all of a sudden just wants nothing more than to kill you, and you can't talk to him. Like, you can't really like do anything. All he wants to do is kill you, and it's not like they're like moving really slow or anything. They're still alive and they have no desire to like eat you, but they still want to kill you. It's crazy, obviously called The Crazies, and it is kind of terrifying, and I love it. It is absolutely amazing. And then another really cool part of The Crazies is that not only are like all of the people in the town like turning because they drank the water, you know, gives a whole new meaning to drinking the Kool-Aid, but they drank the water, and then the government is trying to contain this, and so the government's trying to like kill everybody too. They want to like literally kill everybody in the town. So like the survivors, this group of survivors that you follow, like literally the Crazies are trying to kill them and the cops are trying to kill them. So they like have nowhere to turn. It's absolutely terrifying. Such a good movie. That's another movie, like whenever it's on, I always have to watch it, and I don't even know what the original is about, but you need to see The Crazies. Number 2, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I know a lot of people will hate me for this, but to be perfectly honest, I saw the remake before I saw the original, and the remake just kind of like just creeped me out a whole lot more. I don't know if it was like the fact that, you know, I'm younger and I wasn't around when the original came out, or like I'm just kind of like, you know, dumbed down with like the amazing like CGI and stuff like that, but like I just absolutely loved the remake with like Jessica Biel, and it was a really good movie. I just can't get over it. And like, you know, I guess like for people who like, I know that a lot, I might get some hate on that, on picking the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm not talking about any of like the sequels to the remake, like the New Beginning, or like the Beginning, or like the one that just came out. I'm not talking about any of those. I'm talking about the one with Jessica Biel that came out in like 2005 or something like that, the first remake. And yeah, I just really like it, so it's on this list. I like it. Alright, number 3, Halloween. Don't hate me. I told you guys in my last video that like Halloween would pretty much be in every single video, because I love Halloween. I'm a huge Halloween junkie. That's my favorite movie franchise, and I love Rob Zombie. I love Rob Zombie. I was a huge fan of his music in high school. I'm still a huge fan of his music. I still listen to it all the time, and I love his movies. The Devil's Rejects is by far one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It is absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, it's not on any list, so I'm glad I'm talking about it now because I love The Devil's Rejects. But like House of a Thousand Corpses was terrifying, and his version of Halloween, like what I liked about it was that John Carpenter was still involved, and so I think he was a producer or something like that, and so like it kept the integrity of the original, but it elaborated on the story. Like the first third of the movie is the backstory of Michael Myers. None of the other movies ever got into his backstory. He just kills his sister and then later comes and kills a bunch of babysitter teenagers, you know what I mean? But then in Rob Zombie's version, they spent almost a good like 45 minutes talking about his backstory, about like his abusive stepfather and his stripper mother and his like horror of his sister and his other sister, and like the fact that he like tortured animals, which was really creepy, and then he killed like a classmate. But like and then you saw like his like evolution in the insane asylum. Then like you finally see like how he becomes obsessed with the masks and like doesn't talk, and like it creates this really great backstory, and then the rest of the story is so close to the original that it's like it kept the integrity while not like messing with it too much, and I really liked it. And so in my eyes, it's not really a remake, it's just more of like another version of it. It's just a continuation of the story and another like new set of eyes to see it through. I love Rob Zombie's Halloween. I love it. Can you tell? Can you tell I love Halloween? Alright, number 4, My Bloody Valentine. I don't know why, this is another one of those movies, whenever it's on, I just have to watch it. I love the actors that are in it. I love the concept behind it. The My Bloody Valentine is just like, you know, the original, you know, again, maybe I'm just like, I'm like in a different generation where like I like to see like some of the cool effects and everything like that, but it had a little bit of humor. But it was also one of those movies that like I couldn't figure out who the killer was. Most of the time I could be like, nah, that's him, you know, because I watch so many horror movies I can figure out who the killer is. I kept waffling between the two. I'm like, ooh, is it the husband? Is it the ex-boyfriend? Is it, you know, like I couldn't figure it out. And then in the very end, I'd convinced myself that it was the other guy, and then of course, no, it's my wrong pick. So that's why I love My Bloody Valentine. I kind of wish that it wasn't in 3D, because like when you're watching it at home, it's not that much fun to watch a non-3D movie and see an axe fly straight through the screen that you know that was meant for 3D, and you're like, moving on. Anyways, but I do love that movie, and it's nice. I like it a lot. So, and the last one is Friday the 13th, the one that came out in 2009. This one again is like, even though I know a lot of people don't like remakes of originals, but this one to me was not a remake. It was more of just another episode. Like, how many times can you kill Jason? How many times can you, like, they shoved him into space. They made him battle Freddy. They have done everything to him, but to me this one was just like a new version. It wasn't a remake, it didn't go back to the 80s, it just kind of was a new version of the same story. And they didn't make him like this crazy like superhuman needing to be cryogenically frozen. Like, it was kind of like it went back to the first one and had the same elements. Totally different storyline, but it had elements from the first one that I really liked. And so that is why I like it. I just like that movie in general. I have it saved on my DVR right now, and I will probably go watch it after this. So thank you so much for watching this. This is the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching. I would love to know what your favorite remakes are. I would love to know what horror movies you love to watch. So as always, please comment, thumbs up the video if you liked it, and please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in my next video, and that will probably be all about the top 5 horror movies that changed my life. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Alright, bye.